Hashtag no music, no intro. We are back on a Tuesday night Saints Block Party podcast. Adam here joined with my guy, my dude, Ryan, aka Wolf. Presented by Precious Works LLC. This is an emergency podcast episode, trade deadline episode where we are breaking down the moves that the New Orleans Saints made at the trade deadline today in the NFL, trading, wide receiver Rashid Shaheed to the Seattle Seahawks and obtaining a 4th and a 5th round pick in the 2026 NFL draft, and at the last minute trading guard tackle Trevor to the Los Angeles Chargers and getting a 6th round pick in 2027. But before we get into anything, I want to give some love to our guy, Bajan, who is our sponsor, created our website, saintsblockparty.com. Going to be dealing with the loss tomorrow. So giving love to Bajan and Nat, dealing with the loss of Arya, their beloved dog. SBP community is saying love to Bajan and Nat. Also wanted to give love to our dude Dash. Excuse me. My voices already sound like gravel. Our dude Dash, his stepdad is battling cancer. Sending love to him. We'll make sure to get the link for the GoFundMe for Dash out. Regardless of like where the Saints are as a team, as an organization, that's like not the priority. Like the priority is always like our community. And so when things are happening in our community, that's hurting our community, like it hurts us. So much love, condolences, and love to our people who support us. So I just wanted to kind of talk about that at the top.
No question, man. Much love to Bijan and Dash. That's real life shit, So
definitely. And that shit hurts. But we love y'all. And thank y'all for being so supportive and appreciative of us. And so if y'all need anything, we're always a text or call away. So, just let us know if y'all need anything. But I want to talk about like reflective of the trades of Shaheed and Penny being moved. And then we can kind of get into like the deeper of like the missed trades that didn't happen, because that's deeper. But let's start with the Shaheed one. I had always kind of maintained as things were getting closer that like if of the two of Shaheed and Olave, like Shaheed was always the more likely of the one to be removed, like to be moved. The Saints that like from what I had heard, like really didn't want to move Chris Olave. Like they really didn't want to move him. Unless they got blown away by an offer, Shaheed was going to be likely the one to be moved, which is so interesting because everything leading up to the season, through the off season, Shaheed and the Saints were really talking about an extension. And then once it hit about like week 1 and week 2, according to my friend, like it just became like an impasse. Like it just got quiet. So I don't know if it just got to like the numbers where the Saints felt like Shaheed was going to be a free agent at the end of the season, and like they were just too far apart and they weren't going to make it work. But for them to get a 4th and a 5th was they wanted a 3rd. Like they really, really were holding out for a 3rd. They were never going to get that for Shaheed. Like there was not going to be a team that was going to trade them a 3rd and then have to pay him like a big contract. But Seattle made so much sense because you have Clint Kubiak as their OC, who's very familiar with Shaheed and know how to utilize him. And he like made a lot of big plays in Clint Kubiak's system last season. So to get the 4th and the 5th, good value. Then look back and like, oh, you gave him a 4th for Valet. It's like, man, if you hadn't gave that up, you could essentially be sitting on too forced right now, but that's different conversation for a different day. And just in Shaheed's time, I'm going to miss him as a player. Was just such a electric player for the Saints. But I think the thing you can maybe look at in terms of why the extension didn't happen and maybe his time in New Orleans ended is that I think a conversation could be had is just like, yes, he grew as a wide receiver from just being like the punt returner, the kick returner, and he grew as a wide receiver. But I think the true question of like how much of a true wide receiver Shaheed was like has grown to, truly grown to, is I think that's still a question. Now you could like the argument could be like, well, like how is he gonna grow in this environment? Like as many offensive coordinators as has been, and thus plus he's had the injuries he's had. He's essentially been injured until this season, like every season that he's played in. But it's sad to see him go, but the return that they got for him, it made sense and pretty good value they got back in return for an undrafted free agent.
No, man, no question. Yeah, we're gonna miss him, bro. Like exciting player, different type of speed. You just fast players are in the draft all the time, but there's different types of speed. He had some different speed. He was I call a gravity player. Like when he's on the field, like defenses, it shifts and moves based on what he's doing. So it's hard to find those players, and he's one of those players. I just think it just made sense, though. It made sense to move him. You're not going to pay him. And just where the Saints are as far as, like, allocating resources, projecting where you're going to allocate resources for the next couple of years, all these moving pieces. You are a rebuilding team. It just didn't make sense. The Shaheed part just didn't make sense. Like, Shaheed is like a luxury car that like a rich guy would have his second, his second Corvette or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like we in the projects, we in the hood, like we ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? We not there yet. We still got a lot of building to do. We got to get our credit right. We got to, you know what I'm saying? We still trying to build. So just like paying Shaheed just wouldn't make no sense right now. You know what I'm saying?
Shaheed reminds me, kind of sticking with that analogy, I'm not the type of person that like really pries into like people's business, but like sometimes as a social worker, like I'll pull up to an apartment complex that's like in the ghetto, like
in the hood,
the hood, and then you notice like there's a Lexus in the parking garage or a Beamer in the parking garage, like. Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. Now I'm not one to judge, but
it's like some things I wouldn't even feel right. Like you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm broke, like okay, I'm broke as a joke, boy. I ain't got $20 in my bank account, but I'm hopping in my 500 Benz. I feel crazy, like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm sitting there broke. Can't even put gas in my Benz. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's how I feel with paying Shaheed, $18 million a year. Like, bro, we can't even field a functional team right now. What we doing paying Shaheed $18 million? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it made sense. And to get a fourth and a fifth, good value. Like the dude is going to be a free agent in a couple of weeks, couple of months. So to be able to get that right now, and, you recoup some of the picks you lost with the Valet trade. I think the Jacoby Myers, that trade kind of set the floor because he got traded for a fourth and a sixth to the where'd he go? Jacksonville for a fourth and a sixth. So it was funny you saw like the Shaheed trade coming like not too long after that. You know what I'm saying?
After that.
Very soon after that.
They got more value for Shaheed, which is interesting. It makes sense because Shaheed is younger, but he's also he's going to be a free agent after this season. So
going to be a free agent and basically costs nothing as far as money right now. Like until you pay him, But if you just rent them for the year, literally won't affect your cap at all. You know what I'm saying? So
No.
for the Seahawks, it's like we're gonna see what he could do and then pay him. You know what I'm saying? So it made plenty of sense. Well, for a team like the Seahawks, that's like they're 5-2, looking like one of the best teams in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no great team right now in the NFL that you can say is like, oh, man, this team is going to the Super Bowl. You one of the better teams, go strike while it's hot.
It's hot.
And try to see what you can get. You know what I'm saying? So it was interesting. But like you said, that Valet trade just looks most stink. It just made the Valet trade look even most stink. It was already stinking.
And here's the I say the funny thing, it's not really funny. I think people like automatically assume that like now that Shaheed's going, like Valet snaps just going to automatically go up on Sunday when he plays the Panthers.
Are you sure?
Because this is what I can gain by reading between the lines. Kellen Moore didn't want to trade for Valet. That was not a trade. That was not a player. So I think maybe he did want a bigger wide receiver, but Valet was not the player that he wanted.
Yep.
Valet was traded for because Mickey Loomis wanted Valet. And that made it this speaks of this was I think this was Sean Payton just playing Mickey like a fucking fiddle. Mick, I got this Valet, like he's the second coming of Marcus Colston, and I'm just blah 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 blah, just hyping it up. And then I will say this though. The compensation for Valet, terrible. Awful because of the age, because of the injuries, all that. However, when Valet's been in the game and like he's made plays. So to me, even though the trade compensation for Valet wasn't good, that's on Kellen for not being able to maximize and use him effectively. Okay, you didn't want to trade for him. Okay, motherfucker, he's on the team now. Like that's just bad coaching. At that point, it just becomes bad coaching. I don't care how you feel if you didn't want to trade for him. Play him. Your offense stinks. And that's just stinks, in the last couple of weeks. Play him. Play him.
He struggled in the red zone. And literally every week he gets asked about it. And he pulls the Pete Carmichael. It's on me.
So he was asked about it, I don't know when, but it was after the Rams game. And his response was something along the lines of, I think it was maybe Monday, because I listened to the press conference. And he said something along the lines of, we didn't have many opportunities because we didn't get into the red zone. And I was like, nigga, do you realize that Valet can be played outside of the red zone? Like what?
Weren't we like 2 of 13 on third down or something like that, or 2 of 18 or something? Like third down does count. You know what I'm saying? You got Brandon Cooks making big physical catches on third down. Like he's our physical possession wide receiver. Brandon Cooks. I literally, you go watch our film study. I put out our film study earlier today. Literally watching it, I'm like, man, I'm looking at a route Cooks run. I sure could see Valet running that same route. Just,
I think he got 12 snaps against the Rams, Wolf. 12.
Oh my God, 12, bro.
And so I'm just putting this out there. It would not shock me at all to see his snaps go up to maybe 18 or 19 on Sunday against the Panthers. Like I'm not expecting a huge bump. I'm not, bro.
Yeah.
Because if
more Mason Tipton, Tipton go get them Shaheed snaps,
bro. I'm soon come. Anyhow, let's
let Dante Pettis get the call, bro.
Bro. Whole thing's a mess.
Mess, bro.
Let's get to the Trevor pick. I'll say this about the Saints today in terms of the players that they traded. They got good value because to get anything for fucking Trevor Penning, anything. They got a 2027 sixth. I was like, okay,
cool. Cool.
Wayne said, does Tipton even have a catch yet?
don't think
in the regular season. I don't think so.
No, that's just preseason, baby. It's preseason tip. I know he has like some kickoff returns.
Yeah.
But like a catch, I don't think so. The Trevor Penning experience is come and gone.
It's been a long road.
That whole, if you want to, it's a lot. It's a long dissection.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest follies you can point to in this just awful rebuild was Mickey poorly self-scouting in 2022 and feeling like even though Sean Payton had left and Drew left the year before, that the Saints were still competing, like still can go out there and win the NFC South, and making that trade with Philly and getting 2 first-round picks in 2022. And I've told people this, like everyone was saying like the trade with Philly and getting another first-round pick was like for Chris Olave. It wasn't for Chris Olave. Like you can say it was, like if that's what it is in your head, the team will tell you that was for like Trevor Penning. They tried him at guard, left tackle. Oh, sorry. They tried him at left tackle, tried him at right tackle, tried him at left guard. And ultimately, he gets traded to the Chargers, where I would assume they would probably try him back at tackle. And everyone's like, oh, maybe Jim Harbaugh is going to get something out of him. No.
Right.
It is not going to happen. I don't know where this is coming from. It ain't going to happen. Like Justin Herbert, be on the lookout, buddy. Like it ain't happening. And
flush to the other side, bro. Just have that little time in the back of your head. One and a half. Give yourself 1.5 seconds.
Not happening. And a trade like that just set back the team so far.
Bruh.
And then the thing is, like the tweet that the social media team put up of like, thank you for like the time you were in the black and gold. 3 years? 3 years.
Thank you.
You were a first round pick and you were with the team 3 years. All right.
Well, at least he got a thank you, bro. Mike Thomas still weak.
Still waiting.
Mike Thomas still weak. It actually surprised me, bro. Like that trade actually, I was like, oh, I just didn't expect that. Because he was starting. You know what I'm saying? Like wasn't playing good, but he was starting. So I just didn't. I mean, I know Shaheed was playing, but Shaheed is like, you know, he's an actual asset. I was like, you know, I just didn't even consider Penning, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? First, because like who's going to want him, and second, it's like you know, he's in there.
Maybe they felt because, and Drew just said in the chat, Penning was always good for some dumbass penalties annually each game. Maybe they felt like, because even he had some against the Rams, he had some against the Bucks. Like he's consistently had numerous penalties. And
look, I mean, Ross Jackson brought up a good point. I was just watching him earlier, and when you look at like the Saints, like run game, the success rate, and all that stuff, when Redunds was in there for Penning at the beginning of the season, he was like the first 2 games when Penning was out hurt.
Mm-hmm.
The run game was fine. Like it wasn't great. It was fine.
Right.
But you could measure from like when Penning came back against the Bills. It was pretty good against the Bills, but the Bills are known for that terrible run defense. But after that, it's just got consecutively worse and worse and worse and worse since Penn had been in there. And the tape, don't lie, the tape will tell you that. Like, you look at the tape, it's just he's been horrible in the run game. And he's not the only one. Rui's been horrible in the run game, too. Everybody got dirty hands in the run game. But Penning has not been good, not been an asset in the run game. So maybe they feel like, you know, putting Redunds in there, Radens, obviously said, putting him in there. He's not great, but he'll get the job because Penny had like a lot of mental errors, like just a lot of mental mistakes, blocking the wrong guy, not getting up on the second level to block the right guy, not squeezing in this side, squeezing to that side. Just a lot of mental mistakes that just at his slow feet, he's always playing high, no leverage, getting pushed back. You might upgrade just by going to reduns. Just that move. So to get a 6 for him is like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least we don't have the embarrassment of benching him.
And the fact that he was going to be a free agent after the season and probably not brought back.
But it's like, it's also just an admission like, yeah, this was a bust. Like, you could have like carried on with the lie this year with him starting. Like, yeah, he's a first round pick. He's contributing. But when you get a future 6th round back, that's ambition from the league. They still like, yeah, this guy was a bust. This was a bust. Ooh, that draft there at 2022, there's some other bad ones before that. But that feels like a nexus point in like the Saints to where we are now, like where the Saints are now. That 2022 draft feels like a nexus point when Mickey Loomis went left when he should have went right. You know what I'm saying?
So that was with the trade with the Eagles. So they had 2 first-round picks. They got Olave, Penning, Alante, DeMarco Jackson, who's now with the Bears, and Jordan Jackson, who's now with the Broncos, who actually has turned out to be a pretty decent player with the Broncos when he's healthy.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, defensive tackle. Like, which is so annoying, of course.
Nexus point, bro. Like that was probably the time they should have hit the reset button. And I remember Daniel Jeremiah tweeting around that time, like, man, Saints got some good assets, man. I would start trading. I was like, sit down. We about to keep pushing. That would have been the time. Because a lot of those aging assets that we can't even move right now, those were good assets back then. We would have been looking like the Jets today. Getting, top 100 picks and second-round picks and first-round picks for, Cam Jordan, Jamario Davis,
Marshawn Lattimore.
Those were high, valuable assets. So that's when the time would have been to really strike and really hit the reset button. But that takes guts. That takes forethought and projection and stuff. And I love GM ain't thinking like that, bro.
No,
trying to be in the hunt, bro.
So let's take a break real quick and Renee said, I remember the pod after the draft. Adam hated that Penny pick. Hated
it because it was such just a need pick, bro. Just drafting for need. A dude take terrible. Just what are we doing?
Let's take a break right here. Take a break. Let's listen to our sponsor, and then we'll be back and then talk about all the speaking of our favorite GM, all the missed opportunities that the Saints had today and just like this month, you could say, of trades that were left on the table right after this break.
Extra value meals are back. That means 10 tender, juicy McNuggets and medium fries and a drink are just $8. Only at McDonald's.
For limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.
Yo, what up, Wolf? What are you looking at?
Man, I'm checking out this website. This site is cheeks, bro.
In 2025? How do you have a crappy website? Couldn't be me.
They need to hit up our guy Bijan with Precious Works. Precious Works offers to not only build you a website that's tailored to you and your customers' needs, but also to continue to manage and maintain it so you can focus on your business. Don't have much time? Precious Works is just what you need. No out-of-the-box stuff like Squarespace or Wix. Precious Works will create a site for you. You won't have to worry about plugin updates, security, or things like that because Precious Works will maintain all of that and be available to you 24/7. Bijan sets up set up Saints Block Party Podcast website for us a few years ago and hit it out the park. He also keeps it up to date and helps us anytime we want to add something new like a form or prospect matching tool that we did for the NFL draft. It's like having your own personal developer just a text or a call away. Precious Works has worked with everyone from small businesses to large firms, so no job is too big or too small. If you're in the need of a website or you currently have one, but you want to upgrade it, give Bijan a holler at Precious Works. You can get with him at Bijan at Precious Works, BIJON at precious.works, or go to precious.works for his website. Make sure to tell him Saints Block Party sent you.
We are back, and all right, let's get into this nitty gritty. We have 49 concurrent viewers on right now. Appreciate y'all. We're being on
Appreciate y'all
on a late Tuesday night. It's probably 10:30ish for most of y'all, and probably feels like 11:30 because of daylight savings time. And daylight savings time has been laying pause to me. I don't know what it is like the last 2 to 3 years, because like time change never used to really affect me last 2 to 3 years. I don't know if I'm getting older, bro. It's just putting pause.
Older, bro. That's it, bro. It's older,
pause, bro. But let's talk about, and this is the shit that the GM of the Saints, Mickey Loomis, is. This is why the Saints are where the Saints are. The Saints had, and this is crazy, like not super crazy, but because like the assets and the players are depreciating assets, and we've watched these players and we know that they're not like super good, but there are a lot of players on this team that a lot of teams were very interested in. Alontae Taylor, Pete Warner. I'm trying to think of all of them. So give me a second. Alontae Taylor, Pete Warner, Carl Granderson. Who else? Brandon Cooks. Chris Olave, obviously. AK, but that like he had little chance of being moved. Demario Davis, he had very little chance of being moved. Cam Jordan, very little chance of being moved. Can't think of anyone else. Oh, Devon Gotcha. I think that's about it. So that's like what? That's 9 players. And the Saints did not move any of those players. Now, I can understand not moving Chris Olave. And I don't want to get into the whole Chris Olave debate, but I'll say that I can understand them not moving him simply because his 5th-year option's picked up. That's super cheap. And if they were to draft a quarterback next year, it just makes sense to have a starting caliber NFL receiver on the team for a quarterback to throw to. I'm not going to get into the Chris Olave debate. That's all I'll say. But you had the GM overpricing the value on these players. I'll give you a perfect example. And I don't know if it was Tom Pelissero or Jeremy Fowler that after the Sauce Gardner to Colts trade happened today, mentioned that, you know, the Colts also were talking to the Saints about Alontae Taylor. So I'm going to give you some more detail about that. Colts spoke to Mickey Loomis last night and offered a 4th-round pick for Alontae Taylor. The same Alontae Taylor that we just saw get abused all game on Sunday against the Rams, Ryan. And Mickey, like, did posturing? It was like, nah, we can do better than that. And like went to bed last night thinking that he was going to wake up this morning with like, I don't know if he wanted like a parsley pick thrown on top of it, like a 7th or like I don't know, bro. I have no fucking clue, Wolf. I don't know if he was expecting a 3rd. I have no fucking idea what he was thinking. The Colts said, bet. Called up the Jets. The Sauce Gardner trade happened. The question is, I was going to ask, like, does Mickey watch the games? Well, I'm pretty sure he doesn't watch the games because he's not even at the games when he doesn't attend the games. And I can almost guarantee you his logic was, wait, the best team in the NFL wants a player on my team? Oh, no, a fourth's not good enough. That means he has to be a great player. I'm not letting him go for just a fourth. I need more than that. He wanted a 4th round pick also for Pete Werner.
Pete Werner.
When you have a rookie linebacker behind him, that may be a better player.
Overvaluing his own players. Don't know how to self-scout. It's like somebody that, had a car that they loved and, they did all the oil changes on it over the years. They kept it up, but sorry, bro. Now you're trying to sell that car. Go ahead.
Someone in the chat, Mohiz Hafiz, you do realize that the 4th round pick you get for Alante, you would have to use to replace him. That's why you should only trade skilled players. I'm sorry. Do you what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
you do realize
Alante, he's going to be a free agent. Get the fuck out my face, bro. Like trading Alante would create such a dire hole. Like, oh my God, we just traded. We
lost Alante.
What are we gonna do, bro? What are we gonna do? The heart and soul of the Saints defense, Wolf. We just traded Alante. Fuck you! Get the fuck out my face. That bullshit, bro. Fed up,
and he's a free agent. He's just like Trevor Penning, just like Rashid Shaheed, the free agent this year, bro.
just lost my best friend Alante, who missing tackles and don't know how to play his zone correctly. I'm just heartbroken. I don't know what to do with myself.
Missing tackles. Alante in coverage is like one of the most nerve-wracking things you'll ever watch.
I'm gonna miss his 2 splash plays he makes a game, bro.
Oh, he gonna make a stick play. He gonna make a stick tackle. Wow. He gonna. Like, all right, T.
So now the scary part is they didn't trade him. Alante, who I'm referring to.
You know it's coming. You know how Loomis work, bro.
I can't take it, bro. If they didn't turn around and extend Alante in the
Loomis doubled down on his idiocy. He would do something dumb and then double down on it just to prove that he's not dumb. Like, look, we just signed Alante Taylor to a 3-year extension. This is a good player we drafted. And he come a long way. His leadership has come a long way, and blah, 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 blah. You know it's coming, bro. That 3-year, $49 million or something is coming, bro. I know it.
Sick.
I know it.
I'm sick,
bro. He is a juiced up PJ Williams. That's all.
And here, can and I know it's not going to happen. I'm asking a dumb question. The Jets have not been a good organization for a very long time, but I do respect what they did today. It might not work. It might not work at all. It may fucking just blow up in their face. But they realize that they are 1-7.
Yep.
And what the players that they have and what have you has not been working. So let's blow this shit up. Let's blow it up. And the difference between the Jets and the Saints is that the players are much more highly coveted and had a vast market in terms of their value. And so now the Jets draft stock or, draft cabinet
currency
Yeah, it's fucking stopped.
Stop.
I'm not saying that the Saints could have pulled off something similar to that today, because they weren't getting any first round picks, any second round picks. I don't even think a team would have offered them a second round pick for Olave. But I am saying that they could have added at least a couple of, maybe a fourth with Delonte for sure, fifth with Warner. Don't know the team. And then you get a look at your rookie linebacker that you spent the draft pick on. They could have traded, and then you could have traded Cooks, and then gotten that awful cap, that $7.7 million cap number off your books. You would have gotten like a 2027 pick, but like just to get off the number would be a win enough. They weren't going to trade Gotcha because they felt like he was too like a valuable vet presence, even though he just got here. Like, nigga, you just got here. Okay, he's too much of a vet. And then the Ruiz thing, I don't know if the only team that was offered after Ruiz was the Seahawks, because I was kind of told like the Seahawks had to decide if they wanted to go interior or go wide receiver, and they went wide receiver instead of going in line help. And if the Seattle was the only team interested in Ruiz, that makes sense. So the Saints could have stocked up more with this rebuild that they're in, and their GM said, "Nah, I'm good."
Mickey is horrible, man. Like, the dude really, it's unbelievable that he's not fired. It's unbelievable. And it's only because the way the Saints operate. Because they operate like a small town mom and pop shop. Even though they're a multi-billion-dollar business. Multi-billion-dollar business, bro. But like we just talked, the 2022 draft. That alone should be fireable. And we ain't even got it. We can go further back. 2018, 2019, 2020.
You know what came after the 2022 draft?
2023 draft. Just horrible.
That was Brian Bresee, who was holding that draft up by God's will.
Barely.
Foskey, Kendre Miller, Nick Salaverde, Jake Hayner, Jordan Howden, A.T. Perry.
Horrible, man. Mickey Loomis is... Whew. It makes it hard to have any hope for this team.
There it is.
It makes it hard to have any hope, man.
Like,
no matter...
I was going to say, people were like, oh, the Jets and the Browns like have multiple drafts, like have multiple first rounders, and we have maybe going to have the number overall pick. We get to control the draft.
Trade down, this that. Mickey,
who
with Mickey?
you trusting this nigga with the most important trade down in Saints history?
And then, like, okay, if we had like a head coach that would like counterbalance Mickey, then it's like, oh, okay, but we got somebody smart in the room, somebody that knows what's going on, like we had with Sean Payton, that could counterbalance Mickey. No, we got Kellen. Okay. Come on, man.
Listen, I said this. Bro. Like, it's a Mickey issue, but fundamentally it's more of like a Gail Benson issue. And I said this in our Discord, and I was serious. Like, the way that to get true change is it has to, like, there has to be a change in affecting Gail's pocketbooks. And that means truly, like, not going to Saints games, like not buying Saints merchandise. And I suggested, I was like, yeah, we can still do our big meetup next year, but like, maybe instead of going to the game together, we got to find like somewhere to just go and just watch the game.
Watch the game on TV.
It's like sincerely.
Sincerely.
And if you're a Saints fan and you want to see them, like maybe try to find like if they're playing like an away game, find like an away game ticket and see them like on the road, because that money doesn't go to Gale. It goes to the homeowner. Don't buy merchandise. Same thing for the Pelicans. Like
people we're gonna go to the games. We're gonna wear the bags on our heads. It's like don't go.
Don't go.
Do the bag thing. Just don't go. Show them. Vote with your pockets. Vote with your pockets. When they call, when they email about the season tickets, say no. I don't want them. Y'all need to fire Mickey Loomis.
And I know for people who have been like season ticket holders for like the absolute longest, and it's been like a family thing. It may be
hands down from grandpa. I get it.
It's hard. That's hard. But like the true change, they're not going to notice a difference, and they're not going to care until they see it, and that's how they see it. Truly, honestly. Wayne said, we got to not spend money. That's really what it's about. It really is. Jack said Mickey would be calling around to trade up with the first round pick. No, can I go higher? Wesley said trading Ruiz, Alante, Pete, Cooks would have made it so much easier to just sit back and say it is what it is for the rest of the season. Now, not that I won't still do that, but it'd be easier. Oh, bruh, it is what it is for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Like we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it on the Panthers preview pod tomorrow, but like Rico Dowdle about to open it up on Sunday.
And now the offensive line looking like 2024 offensive line. But I think Redun's is going to do a little better job than Penning, or at least be a wash. It'll be a wash. And then you got Shuck back there. Post Shuck getting that Rattler treatment now, bro. It's like, good luck, Rook. Make it enough.
Rattler hitting with that first time, huh?
The little Green Goblin slapping Spider-Man on the head like, first time, my buddy.
Let's take our last break of the pod, and we'll be right back after this break.
Football season is in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in on the action. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. This week, I'm looking at Saints versus Bucks and selecting Chris Olave for higher than 50 yards and Baker Mayfield for lower than 3 touchdowns. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code BLOCKPARTY to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code BLOCKPARTY. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
We are back. Anything else from today?
No, not really, man. I thought it was about as expected. You know, the Trevor Penny thing was a kind of a surprise, but not shocking. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought it was a good move just to kind of admit failure there and move on. You know what I'm saying? And with Shaheed, you know, it sucks to have even less juice. Not like we had a lot already, to have even less juice. That sucks, but it paves the way, you know, Not only for guys like Valet, to get on the field, but to get some juice going forward, man. Like come draft time and stuff like that. To see what other players we could do. Good luck to Shaheed, man. I hope he go out there and ball out. He's a good dude. First touch in the NFL was a touchdown. Like
crazy.
As an undrafted free agent coming into the NFL from a small school, nobody. First time you put your hand on a ball is a touchdown. Like you can't write a better story than that, bro. Can't write a better story.
You can't.
Real.
Just like spitball off the top of my head. It'd be so just nice if Shuck could show enough the rest of the season. That
it really would.
If the Saints do end up with that number one overall pick, they could make a trade either with the Jets and Jets or the Browns and move from 1 to 3 or 4 and pick up another first round pick later in the draft. Excuse me. And
clutch.
And this is just me in my head, right? I can see it going with then could draft either Reese or Caleb Downs as the first player, and then add a player like Chris Bell from Louisville as then you're building towards something.
And that's how y'all should be thinking, Mickey. Like, man, where's your brain trust, bro? Like, get some fresh minds in the building, man, and really think through this rebuild process. Really think it through.
Like, what is Thomas Dimitroff doing?
What is he doing? What is his job? Like, literally, what is his job in there? You got Randy Bueller back there. Like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? What are the scouts doing right now? Y'all should be grinding through all these players right now.
Or you could either sub out Chris Bell with Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame. Like,
beautiful like running back.
There are so many ways that if they ended up with the number one overall pick, and I could very much see Cleveland and the Jets wanting to come up for Hernandez if he declares for the draft, that you can move down, trade down, like our friend Jordan Rodriguez was talking about on our 200th episode, and help your team out so much, like truly so much, and inject hopefully great players on both sides of the ball, and God knows it's needed. Like, I'm not saying anything that's groundbreaking or anything like that. It's just it just boils down to can these niggas do it? Like, can these niggas just
you need to do a good draft. You need to knock this out the park. I remember hearing Sean, I don't remember what year. I think it was 2017. Like, before the draft, Sean Payton was like, we need to knock this draft out the park. Like, it's an onus. You know what I'm saying? You need to make this a focus, man. Like, this draft needs to be exquisite. And I'm not just talking about the first round or the second round. I'm talking about rounds 4, 5, all of them, bro. We know you're not going to hit on everything, but you need to try. Like, you need to put your best effort. I mean, I'm watching the Rams defensive line destroy us. Those wasn't all first round picks.
Nope.
Tony Ford was on another team. He was floating around the league. What's the other kid name? I forgot his name. He was a mid-round.
Kobe Turner and Byron Young were both drafted in the third round of the same draft. Third rounders.
Like, where's that kind of scouting at? That's the type of scouting I'm talking about, where I want to get a player where 2 years later you're like, how did this player fall that far? When the last time we had a player like that, where you looked at it, it's like, how the hell did we get that player right there?
C.D. Deuce.
That's the last time, bro. C.D. goddamn Deuce. What was that, 2018, 2019?
2018, yeah, it was 19, maybe 18.
19, the McCoy draft. Eric McCoy draft. 2019, bro.
2019.
6 damn years since we got a player where it's like, wow, how did we get that player? Maybe you could argue Paulson or Debo, but I mean, that was a 3rd round pick. That was about where he should have been.
It was definitely seedy.
Yeah, because we've gotten some good players, but they were about okay at the level where you took them. But I'm talking about going to get players to where it's like, okay, we got a value. Like, we really got a value right here. That's what the Saints going to have to do. But look, we got months and months before we find out about that shit. But that needs to be what's cooking in their brain right now, bro. Because this season is cooked. Like, this season is
done.
Everyone's
like worried that like the Saints are gonna but they're gonna win their matchup against the Jets now that they traded Quinn Williams and Sauce Gardner. I'm like, have y'all actually watched the Saints in games? Have y'all actually watched them these last couple of games? Y'all think
I don't know if they can win a game.
Like, y'all think these Saints are gonna like contain Justin Field in like scrambling and all this when Aaron Glenn's gonna be very motivated to beat the Saints and Mickey Loomis?
Oh yeah. I'm so fascinated just by that section of the schedule though. Miami, Jets, the Titans, just the ass off, bro. Ass off. Who wants it? Who really wants it? Like, who really doesn't want it? I don't want it.
Jon Snow. I don't want
Jon Snow, bro. I don't want it. That's gonna be some hilarious shit. I can't wait to watch them games.
Bro, could you? And I'm not saying it's like not impossible. Could you imagine if they lost all 3 of those games, bro? Like not even purposely tanking, just like
just lost.
Just lost all 3.
Honestly, I think that's how it might go. I think they just aren't good enough. I mean, they've already gotten worse. Like, Shaheed, you're a worse team. You are a worse team right now. So I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
One thing, that's when we're true sickos. One thing I wanted to address, Jack Hunter said, I kind of feel like they screwed the QB thing up because I'd keep Shuck and bubble wrap until the last 4 games. You don't need 8 games to know if the kid can play. If he gets hurt, game over. No, I think that's...
I disagree.
Completely disagree. 4 games is definitely not enough to make an evaluation or assessment, especially...
It was hard to get an eval out this little one game against the Rams, and he did some good stuff, but like, it was just the way the game went, the game flowed. Just was hard to get like a good come away feeling any kind of way about him. You know what I'm saying? So he need all 9 or 10 of these games. He gonna get. He need all of them.
Every snap.
And by the end, you should know. Like, at the end of the day, you should know if you're questioning it at the end of this run, then you know
your answer.
He's not the guy. That's your answer. You got to go get Mendoza or whatever you're going to do. But that's not the answer.
Here's what I'll ask you, though. If your question, and this is probably not the podcast after this, but I'll ask it since it's on my brain right now. If you're questioning it at the end of the season, but fast forward to March and you have a team, you maybe have the Jets or the Browns who are willing to offer you 2 first-round picks in this draft and maybe like a second in next year's draft or maybe even a first in next year's draft, but you know in your heart that Tyler Shuck isn't the guy. What do you do?
Do you love Mendoza? That's the question. If you love Mendoza, just take Mendoza. You screw the picks and you go and get him. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. If you love him. But if you're not like, man, I gotta have Mendoza. If you're not feeling like that, then take the picks and then go and sign. I don't know. Maybe keep Rattler or go sign Tua. Tua might be able to bring Tua up in here as a 1 year on a 1 year deal or some shit. And then, back next year, you're right back at it. You'd be living year to year like a lot of teams do. A lot of teams live year to year like that, bro. with the quarterback position. Fucking Arizona about to have Jake Brisket out there, bro. Jake Brisket. He out there every offseason for some team to grab. Every offseason. And he's about to be the starting quarterback for the Cardinals, at least this year. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you may just have to limp along like that at the quarterback position until you get that guy. But this team needs so much that
niggas gonna try to bring back Jameis back for vibes, bro.
Bring old Jameis back, bro. Bring old Jameis, man. Shit.
If I'm just saying, like, as a front office like me, I don't think I could walk away if I'm being offered 3 first-round picks, bro. I couldn't do it, bro. Especially like a team this depleted, bro. I'm like, bro,
that's too much.
I'll find something out there, bro. like
I'm just saying, look at I'm sure the Titans got offered some big shit. You know what I'm saying? With Cam Ward sitting there, you gotta have that conviction. Like, you just gotta have that conviction that, man, this is the guy that's going to be the guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if it's like wishy-washy, like, man, go with the picks. Go with the picks.
Whew. We have Wayne said, wait, Brisket? Yeah. Like, we calling that man Jacoby Brisket for like the longest. That's from like
Jake
around
Brisket,
the NFL
baby.
game. Jake Brisket. Yeah. Longest time, bro.
I forget his real name sometimes.
Yeah. Jake Brisket. Anyhow, we appreciate y'all for joining us on this emergency SPP episode. We'll be back tomorrow to do our Ari said, I don't know how you could turn that down even if you do love Mendoza. That's what I'm saying, bro. And like the thing is, like, Mendoza is like even like lesser than a prospect. Like, his grade's gonna be lesser than that of like Cam Ward. Like, I don't know, bro. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow previewing the Panthers game on Sunday. We appreciate y'all for joining us, talking Saints, trading Rashid Shaheed and Trevor Penning. We appreciate all the support and love y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. With that, we are out.
Peace.